Okay, I am going to demonstrate a new airshow maneuver that you can now do due to the updated physics from the P-51. So Eagle Dynamics has recently been upgrading the landing gear physics model to include much more realistic springs and shocks and all of that good stuff. So this second implementation of it includes the P-51 Mustang. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the P-51 Mustang and attempt an airshow maneuver invented by World War II ace Bob Hoover, also a test pilot. After World War II, he did some air shows in the P-51 and demonstrated this particularly cool maneuver where it's called the Tennessee Waltz. So what you do is you got your gear out and you're coming in for your landing, and you put it into a side slip, and you just sit there and you put your one landing gear on the runway, and you just go up the runway on your one landing gear. Then you transition over to the other side and you put the opposite landing gear on the runway, and you just transition back and forth doing that. It was possible in the older physics, but it was really strange and janky. This new physics is still kind of weird, still kind of bouncy and squishy, maybe not perfect yet, it's first implementation, but it's much more possible to attempt this maneuver. So let me walk you through it real fast. I put out a quarter flaps, about 25%. You can maybe do a little bit more. You can see I've got my gear down, green light, and I'm trimmed out properly. I've got, I'm going to have, I don't know what my speed is during this. I'm going mostly by feel, because what happens is as you enter into the side slip, you're going to create more drag, and you're also going to lose lift. So you're going to have to, take that into account. And you can see I'm going to mess with my throttle a little bit to make sure that I'm maintaining correct speed, which I don't know what my correct speed is while I'm doing this. I'm just going by feel. Alright, and there you go. You got the one wheel up the runway, and then transitioning to eventually the other wheel, right up the runway, right up the middle of the runway, not the middle. All right, I've got some external views I'm gonna play after this, so be sure you stay tuned for those. They're really fun. It gives you a really good look at the shocks as they're being used up. Yeah, you can see it's so much easier now than it was before. It's an actual thing that you can try. But before, it was just a thing that you do weird stuff in video games sometimes. Oh, and it's bouncy. Time to go around there. All right, so on to the external views.